Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Mass Effect. Last time we did Pharos and its plant zombies. Now it is time to talk to the crew and then do the few side quests we unlocked on Pharos. And then, depending on how long that takes, we might do Vermeer.
Anything you need, Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I'm glad there aren't many aliens like the Thorian. I don't think my stomach could take it. Hell of a deal you worked out with Jung, though. If I ever get a speeding ticket, I want you to be my advocate.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
We're all in for the duration. You can count on everyone to do their duty.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
I think that basically tells me that Caden is done talking. Hello, Dr. Chakwas.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
I like talking with you, Liara, no matter what the subject.
Then let us talk about you. Are you okay?
Don't worry about me.
You do not have to put on a brave face for me, Commander. This crew relies on you for leadership. It can be a heavy burden.
I've got broad shoulders.
I have no doubt about that. But can they carry the weight of an entire galaxy? If we don't stop Saren... No, never mind. I'm sorry, Commander. The last thing you need is someone constantly reminding you of how grim things are. Is there anything else you would rather talk about?
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Commander, I wanted to thank you.
What for, Garrus?
For everything. Taking me with you, letting me be part of your team. I've learned a lot. I've thought a lot about what you've told me. About not sacrificing innocence to achieve the goal. About finding the best way through, not just the fastest. And I've been thinking about Dr. Saleon, too. I'd convinced myself that he deserved to die, but then I started thinking about why I wanted him dead. I realized it wasn't because of what he did to those people. That was part of it, but I think most of it was because he got away from me. He escaped under my watch, and I didn't like that. I let it become personal.
I'm glad you see it that way. Keep that in mind when we meet Saren.
Don't worry, Commander. I will.
I never inspected the Mako.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what you've
You
got.
bet, Commander.
Okay. I'll take that. That should make Shepard pretty much indestructible.
Hey, Shepard. You need something? See you later.
Callie doesn't have anything to say about the mission. Which makes sense, seeing as how she just stood there and stared off into space the entire time.
Never a dull moment with you, Shepard.
You ever go on any missions like ours before?
Saving the galaxy from certain destruction? No. But I've had my share of adventures.
Do you remember any that stick out?
A few. I remember one time I was hired by a Volus diplomat. What an ass.
What did he want you to do?
He wanted me to erase his past. Get rid of an old friend who knew too much. Huh. His old friend turned out to be an Asari commando.
I can see why that might give you pause.
What? No. Alina and I were old friends. Sort of. We met when we were both contracted to kill the same Turian. Neither of us wanted the other one to get him first. We spent more time fighting each other than tracking that Turian.
Yeah, who got
Which
it?
one of you made it first?
It was a tie. I brought back his head. She got the rest of him. As far as I know, we both got paid. Anyway, when I told Alina about the diplomat's contract, she and I had a good laugh about it.
So what did you do?
Well, I wasn't going to lose the contract, but I respected Alina. In the end, I let her pick the location where we'd fight. She chose some old Solarian space station overrun with mercs and smugglers. That way we didn't have to worry about hurting any innocent bystanders. Huh. She always was a bit of a softie.
What happened on the station?
What didn't happen? For 2 days I chased her through that station. Used my entire store of ammunition. Had to kill a bunch of mercs and use their crap weapons. By the 3rd day, the station was barely holding together. The mercs were dead or gone, life support was failing, but I had her. She'd locked herself in the med labs. She was trying to patch herself up. Damn tough, that one. Then just when I thought I had her, the station's core went critical. Barely made it back to my ship in time.
I assume the Asari Commando didn't make it?
I watched the station from a distance. I never saw her leave. And when that place blew, there was nothing left larger than a Turian's right nut. So I headed back to the diplomat to give him the good news and collect my pay. But before I got halfway there, Alina sent me a message. Better luck next time. Now, I'm not superstitious, but if someone can survive that, well, they deserve to live. At least for a bit longer.
What about the diplomat? He wanted her dead.
I told him the truth. Alina was still alive and she was really pissed. I told him if he wanted to live, he'd need me around to protect him.
And he believed you.
He kept me on as his personal guard until he died. Natural causes. Easiest job I've ever had. A little boring, but credits are credits.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
There's a reason for everything that happened, Shepard, even if you don't understand it at the time. What happened on Akuz, it's not easy to lose your unit, I know. But it gave you the drive you needed on this mission. And that got you here, commanding the finest tin can in the Alliance fleet. This is exactly where the galaxy needs you to be. No pressure.
good to know where I stand with the galaxy. Where do I stand with you?
About a meter away, maybe 1.2 meters. Sorry, I'll be serious. I need time to think. We've been focused on the mission. When we're done, it'll be different, I swear. I hope you can wait.
I'll just requisition myself some cold showers.
That's the spirit, Skipper. Keep a stiff upper... something. I'll warn you, though. I'm a Hellcat off the battlefield, too. Sleep tight, Shepard.
Guess she didn't have much to say about the mission either.
Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
There we go.
A little spooky how you handle that young guy. Didn't figure you'd know how to speak corporate.
All you do is shove a stick up your ass and care more about money than people.
That would be a waste of a fine ass, sir.
We'll talk later, will you?
Looking forward to it, Skipper.
Alright, wasn't much to talk about with the crew. Alright. Investigate the samples. Maroon Sea. And we also have this cluster also in the Maroon Sea. Is Vermeer in the Maroon Sea? No, it is not. If you've never played this game on PC, I would just like it to note that this is annoying. You control this with your mouse. I just moved my mouse entirely across my mouse pad. That's how far it goes. It's a little bit better here, but only a little bit. Alright, Caspian.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Hackett?
Commander, I'm glad
Hello,
you're
Hackett.
here. We've got an emergency situation, and you're the only one I can trust to get the job done.
How can I help, Admiral?
Biotic fanatics have hit a medical research station with a psychotropic drug. The drugs have temporarily driven researchers crazy, and the biotics are effectively using them as human shields.
So if I shoot everything that moves, a lot of researchers are gonna die.
Exactly. A normal team could handle the biotics, but a lot of innocent researchers would die during the operation. That's why I contacted you. I'm hoping you can keep the casualties to a minimum.
I'll do everything within my power to bring those researchers back safely, Admiral.
I know you will, Commander. I'm sending you the station coordinates now. Fifth lead out.
And I don't really remember this mission. I'm sure I've done it before, but... No, I'm not going to board that yet. Alright. Gonna bring the away team. Sniper rifle. Do a save. Lock them in there. They might they just teleport straight to me. Alright, you go there. You go there. These are not researchers.
Guess we don't have to worry about looking for survivors.
Perimeter clear.
I guess now I know why I don't remember this mission.
Area secured.
If it was just board the ship and shoot husks. Something tells me this was a trap for Shepard. This was never actually biotic extremists doing anything.
Engaging.
All clear.
I do remember the maze of boxes. Not that I remember the path through it or anything, but I remember the maze. Sure, I checked all the corners. Alright, we're good.
According to the log files, the ship was out near the Perseus Vale. Looks like they found some kind of alien artifact. They brought it on board, and then... This is really weird, Shepard. They plotted a course straight into the Perseus Vale, like they wanted the Geth to find them.
That artifact must have done something to them. Why else would someone fly into Geth space?
The entries don't make a lot of sense after that. It's like the captain's mind was falling apart. I don't see anything about how they got back into human territory.
The Geth turned them into husks and left the ship where someone would find it, trying to show us what happens to anyone who goes into the Vale.
Sounds about right, Garrus. Vostok.
Looks like we've got an active distress beacon on the planet below, Commander. No message, just a locator signal.
Okay. I don't really need to survey for anything anymore. I've completed all the quests. And I have basically infinite money. But something hostile up here on top of this hill. Is it Geth? Oh, this is the Cerberus facility. Let's try that again. Come on now. Wow. And then it's suddenly easy.
Cover me.
Okay, reminder, when we actually go into the Cerberus base, do not go out the back door. I remember going out the back door when I played before, and it dumps you out here, and you have to walk back to where the Mako is. And just in case you're wondering, that's a long way. That was a very steep mountain.
En route.
Alright, how am I going to get out of this hole? Okay, hole escaped. Also, I'm gonna have to give I'm gonna have to have a word with Cerberus about doing apocalyptic level science on a garden world. That's That is very, very, very wrong. You do a research like that on empty mountain rocks, or mountainous rocks with no grass, no oxygen. It's a place where nothing can live. We have fallen in a bad hole. We're trying to go vertical. Alright, we return to the Normandy, and then we'll land again. This is a hard mountain to scale. Let's see if we can find a different angle. Over here might work. Going that way ain't gonna work though. And off we go again. Although we have this. Maybe this leads somewhere. That's not good.
That's it. Bag 'em and tag 'em.
Rescuers? Oh, thank God. See? I told you somebody would come to investigate that signal. My name is Dr. Ross, Chief Exogeny Researcher at this facility. We've been trapped in this room for days. We're almost out of food and water. You got here just in time.
Not so fast. First, you're gonna tell me why this place is overrun with Thorian creepers.
How do you know about the Thorian?
I know what Exogeny was up to. I saw what they let the Thorian do to those colonists, so I destroyed it.
Our secret's out then. No point in my lying. You already know the worst. The creepers here were created using altered samples from the specimens on Pharos. We discovered a way to turn them into docile, obedient servants. Everything was going fine until a few days ago. Then all the creepers suddenly went berserk. Only a handful of us made it back into the safety of this room.
Why didn't you send a clear message asking for help? All we had was that signal from the emergency beacon.
This is a closed communications base. Exogeny was worried about someone on the project selling secrets to a rival firm or reporting our work to the authorities. We have no direct communication with the outside, only the emergency beacon. It sends a general distress signal to the Exogeny site on Pharos. They're supposed to send a team to respond inside of 24 hours, but it sounds like they had problems of their own.
Any chance some of the other people at the base might still be alive?
I doubt it. Too many creepers out there. They never stood a chance. We're the only ones left.
Any idea why they turned on you?
Maybe there was still some kind of link between the creepers and the Thorian back on Pharos. The Thorian was unlike any other life form we've ever studied. I can't explain how, but maybe when it died, it somehow set off the creepers here.
I've heard all I need to.
Look, I know what we did here was wrong. I'll admit that. But it's over now. There's no sense reporting this to the authorities, right?
You were in charge of this project. The safety of the staff was your responsibility. They trusted you, and you betrayed that trust.
Be reasonable. I didn't mean for this to happen. Besides, how does it help anyone if I end up in jail? Normally Exogeny would have my back, but it sounds like they're going to have their hands full cleaning up the mess on Pharos. But I've got money. A nice little emergency
I don't
fund
need
set up.
money, Doctor.
It's yours if you let us go.
The victims here deserve justice. I have to take you in.
That's not going to happen. Open fire. Open fire!
Area secured.
This might be the most annoying planet to navigate in the game. Everywhere you look, vertical rocks. We'll go around, see if we can come at it from the north. The plan might actually be viable. How are these things on this planet too? Did Exogeny bring them here? Alright, we're done here. And I think one more system to check. There's 2 ore deposits within sight of each other. Which again, I know I don't need to gather these. We have more than enough. But I must. I was like, where even is it? Uh-oh. Big open flat area. Is it time for another Thresher Mall? Not that I'm really scared of the things anymore, but...
Looks deserted.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
These have been through a lot. There's some loot in here, but no lore.
Horrible. The entire colony must have been transformed. Securing point.
Enemy sighted.
Okay, game. Okay, game. Oil Pioneer team rarely consists of more than a few dozen specialists. It's clear that none of them have survived. The Cerberus group has a lot to answer for here. Oh great, now we have to climb another mountain.
Securing point.
Engaging target.
These husks are almost non-hostile.
That's it. Bag 'em and tag 'em.
I must have been seeing the icon on the door console. As long as it's down in this canyon, this will be easy to reach. But if it's up on top of the mountain, it's gonna suck. Okay, it's down here. Yeah, I do not believe that we are going to be getting to Vermeer today. Well, I say that. We are not going to be getting to it in this video. It is entirely possible that I will record it today. If not today, then probably tomorrow. Over where, Tally?
I think
What do you see? You know, If I was making a system where my companions would call out when they see hostiles, if I encountered a bug where sometimes they would call out and there was nothing there, I'd leave it in. Because sometimes you think there's something there and there isn't. Off the hill. Got something over here, probably on top of this mountain. Luckily, it looks like there's a way to get on top of this mountain.
On my way.
Wow. Doesn't look like anything's on this pyramid. Alright, when we get back on the ship, it's time for an entire crew rearm, and then we will be dismantling the rest of our junk. We're going back to the ship now. Alright, let's see if there's anything else in this sector. I don't think there is, but we will check. No, there is not. I think I'm going to stick with the Spectre Master Gear. But we also need to look at mods. Alright, Shredder 7s. Alright, I think our current shredder rounds are the best ones for this. Heat sink 2. Frictionless materials. Kinetic stabilizer. Combat optics. Alright, shotgun. You are going to get Inferno rounds 10. No, you're going to get high explosive rounds. Yeah. And a scram rail 9. And frictionless materials. Okay. Pistol. And Stiletto 10 looks better, so we'll use that. And we will still use polonium rounds. We will just upgrade to the polonium. Polonium 7 is what we got. They can stay. Combat scanner 5. Go to combat optics 9. Rail extension 7. Frictionless materials 8. Sniper rifle. Sticking with this one, we're changing weapons, or changing bullets. We're going to go with Snowblind. Scram Rail 9. And we're going to put a Kinetic Coil 9. Grenades. We will remove the anti-thorium gas and put fusion explosive. Yes, we're walking around with fusion grenades. That seems like an amazingly safe thing to do. Ashley. Under 6, you're going to get the Kovalov 10. We have shredder rounds. Put Inferno rounds on there. I don't really care about you guys' accuracy. You're not particularly good shots anyway. Shotgun. Avalanche 9. You can put Inferno rounds in everything you have, Ashley. Gladiator 5. Hydra 10. Oh, I didn't set the mods on Shepard's armor. I had to be sure to do that. In fact, we're going to do that right now before we do Ashley's. Alright, I've got Energized Weave 7. Let's go with... Energized Plating. Shield interface 10. Now she's going to get precise plating. Kinetic exoskeleton. Okay. Caden. We know I'm bothering giving you weapons, Caden, but we're going to give you something. Breaker 9, that sounds fine. Turnarounds, combat scanner, rail extension. Sledgehammer, rail extension, combat scanner. Punisher. And we don't have a direct upgrade for Punisher, so let's look see what here does better. We have an Equalizer 10. And you're going to keep the tool you're currently using. Alright. Add amp. You have a Polaris 7. Get a Polaris 9. Colossus 8. Okay, Caden's done. Garrus. Chapter 9. Sure. We're almost out of mods. Right. Armageddon 10, sure. Out of mods. Volkov 7. Of 9. Give you tools, using logic arrest, that's fine. Armor. Okay, you already have better armor than we can give you. You currently have buffer 5. Kinetic exoskeleton 7. shield interface. Rex. I feel like Rex would appreciate having high explosive rounds. On a 9, that works. Wonder if sledgehammer rounds actually do anything other than making your gun worse. You know, Polaris. Downgrade. Downgrade. You are going to get double combat exoskeletons. Tally. At Survivor 10 it is. Alright, Liara. Whoa. I didn't notice this one before, but sure, she should get that. crew is decked out in new stuff. And I'm just gonna sell it.
Looking for supplies?
Yeah.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Sell. And then we just start double clicking things. Or enters faster. Max money. Okay. Still have a mission to do? Oh, we have another mission to do. I thought that was on that ship. Well then, let's go do that. It says in Hades Gamma. Is somewhere around here. Once we get in sector, I'll check again, see what system we need to go to. Because we've done Hades Gamma before, I know that. Okay. The Caucasus. Caucasus system. Okay. Alright, Biotic Extremists, we're bringing Caden and Garrus. Oh, great. It's going to tell us we got Matriarch's writings every time we do anything, isn't it? Alright, here's our destination, so we're going to keep running till we see the perimeter, then we're going to go north around the planet. Alright, nothing in the corner. Got something going on over here. Don't know why they're here, but recommendation to mercenaries around the galaxy: if you see military technology stamped with the Alliance emblems, maybe don't just start shooting. This is going to be another Thresher Mall. Well, that's not good. I went and got cocky about the whole Thresher Mall thing, and then one kills us. Oh well, we know where stuff is now. It'll be faster. Oh, I should also upgrade my squad. And Caden's got a lot of points to spend. Save. Gotten too far away. Whoop, wrong button. Alright, gonna do another save. Because I intend to kill no scientists. But with our two guys with us... Oh, that's right, they're not aggressive, they just wander around. So, sniper rifle time. Also, is there a command for hold your positions? No. I'll stay here. Scientist.
You must die!
I gotta be more careful.
Alright, they killed a bunch of them. Let's load. Sniper rifle apparently is not what I need here. Y'all stay in here. Well, that's one way to get them to not kill the hostages.
Bring it on.
Got him.
When I smile, the walls chime. I'm making so much music.
I can't stop it. I can't stop it. It's all spinning away. If I don't hold still, it will all spill out, and then I won't be me anymore. I won't be me if it all spills out. I have to hold still.
Okay, we're done here.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
I didn't think it could be done, Commander. You managed to secure the base and neutralize the biotics without a single civilian casualty.
Just doing my job, Admiral. I couldn't let innocent lives be lost.
I wish every soldier had your definition of just doing your job. You're a credit to the uniform, Shepard. We're in your debt. Fifth Fleet out.
Alright, all missions complete. Codex time.
After the Geth Varen are omnivores with a preference for living prey. Originally native to the Krogan homeworld of Tuchanka, they are, like most life from Tuchanka, savage, clannish, and consummate survivors. They are pack hunters when vulnerable prey is readily available, and become scavengers when outnumbered or outclassed. Their supreme adaptability, vicious demeanor, and rapid breeding cycle have made them ubiquitous and dangerous pests on many worlds. Virtually everywhere the Krogan have been, Varren infestations have followed, wreaking havoc with the native ecology. The Krogan have had a love-hate relationship with Varren for millennia, alternately fighting them for territory and embracing them as treasured companions. To this day, Krogan raise them as beasts of war. One of the common subgenus of Varren has metallic silver scales, leading to the rather unusual nickname, fish dogs. Faster than light, the Mako infantry fighting vehicle was designed for the System Alliance's frigates. Though the interior is cramped, an M35 is small enough to be carried in the cargo bay and easily deployed on virtually any world. With its turreted 155mm mass accelerator and coaxially mounted machine gun, the Mako can provide a fire team with weapon support as well as mobility. Since Alliance Marines may be required to fight on any world, the Mako is environmentally sealed and equipped with microthrusters for use on low-gravity planetoids. The Mako is powered by a sealed hydrogen-oxygen fuel cell and includes a small Element Zero core. While not large enough to nullify the vehicle's mass, the core can reduce it enough to be safely airdropped. When used in conjunction with thrusters, it also allows the Mako to extricate itself from difficult terrain.
The Asari military resembles a collection of tribal warrior bands with no national structure. Each community organizes its own unit as the locals see fit and elect a leader to command them. Units from populous cities are large and well-equipped, while those from farm villages may have only a few women with small arms. There is no uniform, everyone wears what they like. The Asari military is not an irregular militia, however. Those who serve are full-time professionals. The average Asari huntress is in the maiden stage of her life and has devoted 20 to 30 years to studying the martial arts. Asari choose to be warriors at a young age, and their education from that point is dedicated to sharpening the mind and body for that sole purpose. When they retire, they possess an alarming proficiency for killing. Huntresses fight individually or in pairs, depending on the tactics preferred in their town. One-on-one, and a huntress is practically unbeatable, possessing profound tactical insight, a hunter's eye, and a dancer's grace and alacrity. Biotics are common enough that some capability is a requirement to be trained as a huntress. A lack of biotic talent excludes a young Asari from military service. While fluid and mobile, Asari can't stand up to the firestorm can't stand up in a firestorm the way Krogan, Turian, or a human could. Since their units are small and typically lack heavy armor or support weapons, they are almost incapable of fighting a conventional war, particularly one of a defensive nature. So Asari units typically undertake special operations missions like an army of ninja. They are adept in ambush, infiltration, and assassination, demoralizing and defeating their enemies through intense, focused guerrilla strikes. As a popular Turian saying puts it, the Asari are the finest warriors in the galaxy. Fortunately, there are not many of them. Although Turians have a strict moral code, their belief in individual responsibility means that the concepts of good and evil are simply the individual's choice between egotism and altruism in any given decision. They have no concept of good deities that encourage noble behavior or evil ones that tempt individuals to misdeeds. Turians believe that groups and areas have spirits that transcend the individual. For example, a military unit would be considered to have a literal spirit that embodies the honor and courage it has displayed. A city's spirit reflects the accomplishments and industry of its residents. An ancient tree's spirit reflects the beauty and tranquility of the area that grows within it. These spirits are neither good nor evil, nor are they appealed to for intercession. Turians do not believe spirits can affect the world, but spirits can inspire the living. Prayers and rituals allow an individual to converse with the spirit of guidance and inspiration. For example, a Turian who finds his loyalty tested may appeal to the spirit of his unit, hoping to reconnect with the pride and honor of the group. A Turian who wishes to create a work of art may attempt to connect with the spirit of a beautiful location. Turians enjoy absolute freedom of religion and can practice whatever appeals to them so long as it does not impede anyone's ability to perform their duties. There are many practitioners of the Asari Syaris philosophy. Since opening dialogue with the Human System Alliance, some Turians have embraced Confucianism or Zen Buddhism. The Krogan evolved in a lethal ecology. Over millions of years, the Grimm struggle to survive larger predators, virulent disease, and resource scarcity on their homeworld Tuchanka turned the lizards into quintessential survivors. Perhaps the most telling indicator of Tuchanka's lethality is the Krogan's eyes. Although they are a predator species by any standard definition, their eyes evolved to be wide-set, as in Earth prey species like deer and cattle. Krogan eyes have a 240-degree arc vision, better suited for spotting enemies and sneaking up on them than for pursuit. Physically, the Krogan are nigh indestructible, with a tough hide impervious to any melee weapons short of a molecular blade. While they feel pain, it does not affect their ability to concentrate. They have multiple functioning examples of all major organs, and can often survive the loss of one or two of any type. Rather than a nervous system, they have an electrically conductive secondary circulatory system. A Krogan can never be paralyzed. They may lose some of this fluid, but it can be replaced by the body in time. The hump on a Krogan's back stores water and fats that help the Krogan survive lean times. Large humps are a point of pride. Being well-fed implies the Krogan is a superior predator. The most widely known biological feature of a Krogan is their incredible birth rate and rapid maturity. Once freed from the hostile cauldron of Tuchanka, the Krogan population swelled into a numberless horde. Only the genophage kept them from outbreeding the combined council races. Now the rare Krogan females capable of bringing a child to term are treated like strategic resources. Warlords will trade them at diplomacy or, more frequently, fight wars over them. As the population of the galaxy increases and new worlds are settled, timely access for home users and frontier settlements with undeveloped communication infrastructures is a growing problem. To ameliorate bandwidth issues, a sophisticated array of data caches and virtual intelligence search agents programs are available. When a user submits a query, it is first routed to the data cache on their colony or star system. At the cache, the user's search agent VI collates mountains of locally sourced data to find the desired material. If the information is not available locally, the query is passed along to neighboring systems, and then outward in an expanding network. VI search agents in those systems replicate the search. If the desired information is found, it is compressed into a burst file and queued for transmission to the source system. The burst is assigned a priority based on the number of queries for it. The greater the number of queries, the higher the priority. When a new solar system is first connected to the net, a selection of the most popular data is installed locally. Though storage hardware is cheap, the capacity required to hold all the data produced every day by trillions of people on hundreds of worlds is not trivial. It's not economical to store local copies of all the data available on obscure topics just in case. As colonies mature, older, less popular chunks of data filter into them as a result of queries and are placed in local archive. Searches for obscure topics are increasingly likely to produce instant results as the archive grows. That was everything, right? Yeah. Alright guys, that is where we are going to call this episode. Next time, we go to Vermeer. So, until then, I want to thank y'all for joining me. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'll see y'all next time. Have a good day.